So Moshe, you were just telling me about you were looking into Conlangs.
Yeah.
Tell us about this.
So Conlangs actually a way of it's a written language which is not generally made by the civilization or anything. It's just constructed language. It's just short for constructed languages basically. And people find out interesting rules of grammar and tries to create concepts and that could be as well be used for complete conversations. The interesting part got me that got me interested in Conlang is that the ideas and concepts could be very non-linear, and also one aspect that caught my attention was UNLWS, where the writing system is two-dimensional, which is similar to hieroglyphics, but you can think of like letters are connecting in terms of a graph-like things where there are nodes and things can connect to each other, and it could mean different things under different contexts. So you have to follow.
But UNLWS is not actually two-dimensional. It's graph-based.
It's like a non-linear graph-based kind of thing.
So explain that a little more. So English, we sort of read it left to right.
Left to right.
Some languages go the other direction. Japanese goes down.
Yeah.
Is this both?
Arabic goes. Yeah.
Is this both?
It's not a grid-like structure. You can fit it into a grid-like, but it has like you can draw circles and embed like a higher concept with a symbol, and then embed smaller concepts. So it doesn't have an alphabet for a syllable. It has an alphabet for fish. And fish, under different contexts, might mean something you're talking about, ocean or things like that. So they have a more non-linear writing system rather than breaking up into syllables and phonetics, where you start building up objects, naming them, and things like that.
Is it made out of sounds, or is it made out of sort of ideograms?
It is currently. It's just a written language. It's not. Doesn't have.
There's no way to speak it.
There's no way to speak it. But there's another language which is called the shortest language in the world, which is called Toki Pona, and it has, I think, 256 characters as total alphabet.
Words.
Total words.
Yeah.
Total words, and that's it. That's what they use to describe the language.
That's convenient.
That's very cool, and that's why I was looking into. There are other languages, which is not Toki Pona, but reminds me of ancient sigils. And that Vikings used to put their circles and patterns in them. It's very.
Toki Pona, when was that created?
It was created by Sonja Lang back in 2007. It is like she started out with only 125 characters, but then it got expanded to more words.
Words, like a dictionary.
Like a dictionary, and it's one of the most popular conlangs of many other. And I think Dr.
Can that one be spoken?
It's spoken. It has its own community. People are speaking. Not only speaking, they are making songs in it. They're making poems. There are translated work of the whole. I think the Wizard of Oz completely translated in Toki Pona. So yeah, it's one of the most vibing communities. Unlike UNLWS, but I've been, and Toki Pona has also many other variants coming out of. So they have like the tablets that you would see in Chinese communication. So they would arrange the tablets in like a three-dimensional configuration, and it has its own name. So it's like a written system for Toki Pona. It's a three-dimensional language. So you can do a lot more things, but one thing I think Toki Pona would be useful thinking about Conlangs is like how grammar is symmetrical, or how grammar can be condensed, or how rules could be expanded, and we can cheat in terms of not always thinking about phonetics and alphabets. Just go to fish, because how often we think about phonetics and things like that. So thinking about non-linear way of representing language could rescue us in some sort of this expanse of millions of parameters that comes into LLMs.